Hi friends, welcome. Thank you for being here with me. I am Sara-Jane Gage and I am a Kripalu yoga instructor. I'm also a functional fitness trainer and I have the honor of being here with you and with the YMCA this morning for a 45-minute chair yoga practice. Thank you for being here and for practicing with me. What you need for this practice is a chair. If you have a choice between a hard bottom chair and something with a soft bottom like a recliner or couch, please pick the hard bottom. You want a place where you can sit up nice and tall and the spine is long and strong as we flow throughout. But that said, we make yoga work for us. We make our practice work for us and support us. So, if all you have is your couch or your recliner, then come on to the edge. Keep those sits bones engaged, but find a place that you can sit up nice and tall, and that's exactly where we'll start our practice. In your tall, seated, mountain pose, with your feet rooting evenly through the mat. They might be bare or you might prefer shoes. It's your personal preference. Let the knees stack over ankles and the knees are in line with hips. Get nice and tall through the crown of the head. Let the shoulders melt away from your ears and suck the belly in just a little bit. Allow the eyes to close. Or take a soft gaze. Look off at nothing in particular. Begin bringing your focus inward and notice the internal experience. What feelings, thoughts, and sensations are present here? On your next inhale, breathe in just a little bit more deeply and rise the hands up overhead with your breath. Palms meet at the peak of the breath before exhaling down to heart center at Anjali Mudra. Big inhale. Sweep the hands up overhead, breathing in through the nose if it's available. Exhaling through the mouth, open mouth release. To let every bit of your breath go on the exhale and to begin cultivating your balancing water breath. Your balancing breath allows you to create balance in the breath by creating even inhales and exhales. And then the balance is created within mind, body, and spirit as we link that balancing breath with our practice. Take a moment to consider your intention here for practice. You showed up here for a reason. There's an intention in showing up, a hope, a goal, a vision of what you needed here. So envision what that is for you. As we begin to move into seated sun salutations by inhaling, we're rising the hands up overhead. Maybe taking a gentle back bend at the top. As you exhale, slow fold forward right over your legs. Pausing wherever it makes sense for you. The hands might come to the mat, to your thighs, to your shins. Let go of tension here as the exhale releases. Inhale, halfway lift. Long through the crown, create a flat back. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale, slow reverse swan dive, rise the hands up overhead. Palms meet. And exhale to heart. Making connection with the heart space once more. Big inhale, sweep the hands up overhead, gentle back bend. As you exhale, lead with the heart, swan dive, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slow rise back up, reach those hands. Palms meet, and exhale to heart. Take that one more time, and as you do, hold that intention in your mind's eye and within your heart. Imagine you're breathing life into your intention and into what is being cultivated here as we flow together. Next time those hands land at Anjali Mudra, take a pause. Drop the shoulders away from your ears. Create a slow twist. Left elbow to left knee. Taking the gaze towards your right shoulder. Notice where you feel a stretch here. As you breathe into this twist, maintain that balancing breath, that even inhale and exhale. Noticing where the stretch and the release are happening from. On your next inhale, slow rise through neutral. Pause at Anjali Mudra. Exhale, slow twist. Right elbow to right knee. Gaze comes towards the left shoulder. As you breathe into this side, notice the difference between the two sides. No judgment with what you find. No supposed to be's or should be's. Just noticing what is truly real. Observing what is present. Take one more inhale into this shape. As you exhale, slow release back to neutral. Circle the shoulders down and back a few times. Allow them to release away from your ears. Get nice and tall in that seated Tadasana, or your seated mountain pose. And then send the left hand to the inside, excuse me, left hand to the inside of the left knee. As you inhale, slow twist of that right hand back behind you. Allow the knees and hips to stay aiming forward and the twist to happen in the mid and upper spine. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, slow release. Drop that right hand down on the inside of the right knee. As you inhale, slow twist to the left side. Keeping the knees and hips in line. The twist happens in the mid and upper spine. One more inhale. As you exhale, slow release back to neutral. This time, widen those legs out to your seated goddess squat. Finding just a wide enough space where you feel a gentle opening on the inner thighs and hips. Ensuring your sits bones are engaged with your chair. Get that tall, long, strong spine once more. Imagine you're growing taller through the crown of the head as the shoulders melt down. Inhale, rise the arms up overhead, stretch tall. And then as you exhale, drop elbows in line with shoulders for your seated goddess. Inhale, rise the hands, take the gaze up towards the fingertips. As you exhale, drop those hands down by your side. Fingertips point to the mat. Chin tucks. Take the gaze down. Inhale, slow rise, back up overhead. Reach. As you exhale, tuck the chin. Point the fingertips at the mat. Inhale, slow rise. As you exhale, slow release. Next time you inhale, the hands rise up overhead. As you exhale, drop the hands right in line with shoulders and allow the left arm to come underneath right for your eagle arms, your Garudasana. So I'm choosing left under right to start, though it doesn't matter where you start. You might take a single bind or perhaps a double if it's available. So we're interlacing hands. Get those elbows right in line with your shoulders. A little taller through the crown of the head. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. So feel the difference there. Rise the elbows up towards your eyes and then plug them down. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. As you inhale, keep those shoulders away from the ears, but now start to rise the elbows up high. As you exhale, drop the elbows down towards the mat around the spine. Inhale, slow rise. Pointing the elbows up towards the sky. As you exhale, slow rounding of the spine. Take that with your own breath, finding your own pace. Your own movement that supports your body. If eagle doesn't support you, if that doesn't feel good, then take something else that does. You know your body best. You know what feels supportive here. Next time you pass through neutral, slow unwinding of the arms. Drop them down by your side. Get a little taller through the crown of the head, shoulders melt down. Keep those shoulders plugged down away from the ears. As you inhale, rise the hands up overhead. Exhale, arms in line with shoulders. This time, right arm underneath left for a single bind or a double if it's available. Rise the elbows in line with your eyes, a little higher than shoulders. And then plug the shoulders down, drop it back down. Shoulders roll down away from the ears. See the difference there? So here versus here. And then guiding the elbows up towards the sky. Inhale and rise. As you exhale, slow fold forward. Keeping those feet ground down through the mat. The sits bones are engaged with your chair. As you begin to create a vinyasa flow here. By linking your breath and your movement. That's how we create a vinyasa. We create balance in the breath, connection with breath, body, and movement. Yoga literally means union, or to yoke, to create cohesiveness. And so, in our own practice, we create union within ourselves. Union amongst our communities. Begin to slowly release back to neutral on this side. Unwind the arms. Drop them down on top of your thighs. Get tall through the crown. And let the shoulders stay away from the ears. As you exhale, slow twist of the left shoulder, yes, the left shoulder, towards the right knee. Round the upper back as you do. Notice how this twist varies from the twists we took earlier in the practice. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, slow release up through neutral, get tall, before dropping into the other side. Right shoulder towards left knee. Next inhale, slow rise through neutral. And then as you exhale, bring it back to the other side. Release. As you inhale, rise right up through neutral. Exhale, drop back in. Begin to create a flow, twisting into each side at your own pace. Your own movement, finding what supports you here. What do you need in this moment of practice? In this moment of breath. Take another round of breath, another stretch to each side, and then we'll meet back in neutral in our Tadasana seat. No rush to get there. When you do, the feet are rooted down through all points. Maybe even rocking forward and back on them a few times to do that. Allow the knees to land over the ankles. Get those feet rooted and sit up nice and tall. Shoulders away from the ears. As you inhale, slow rise. Maybe there's a little back bend at the top if you'd like. As you exhale, lead with the heart. Swan dive to forward fold. Right over the legs. Hang out here. This time you decide. You can hang out over the legs if that serves you. If you'd like a little more stretch through the back body, open up the legs. Let your torso come right between. The hands land wherever it's comfortable. Take a big inhale into the lungs, and as you exhale, open mouth, release to sink in a little bit more. Take that 2 more times in this forward fold shape, and on each exhale, let go of something somewhere. Choose to soften, to surrender, to release into the moment and into the breath. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, slow release back up to your tall Tadasana seat. Taking as much time as you need to come back to that seat and get reoriented. And then when it feels right for you, when you're ready to join me, we'll come to our feet behind the chair. And so while I will be moving my chair a few times, do not feel that you need to move your own. You simply want to find a place where you can be behind your chair and utilize it for support at any time that's helpful for you. You can choose at any time. Use the wall, use the chair. It doesn't matter if I cue it or not. That said, I'll move around a little bit so that you can see what we're doing and see different angles. Again, you use the support as it serves you. Find your way behind that chair for your mountain pose. So similar to as we were seated, the feet are rooted evenly. We're grounding down through all points of the feet. The legs are active now because we're standing, the core engaged. Drop those shoulders down, get nice and tall as the energy radiates out of the palms of the hands. Take an inhale, rise the hands in front of you, watching those fingertips. Rise them up overhead. And then as you exhale, suck the navel into spine, hinge at your hips, find a forward fold. Holding onto the chair and stopping whenever that makes sense in your body. You might prefer to find a full forward fold variation if that's available and that feels good for you. Take that. Whichever variation of forward fold that you have chosen, maintain a micro bend in your knees. Let them be soft. Avoiding locking the joint. And then take a little pedal of the legs, bending one knee generously, extending the other. Find a pedaling and a stretch into the hamstrings, the glutes, and that IT band as well. If you've lost that connection with your balancing breath, bring it back. Even inhales and exhales. Release that pedaling, and on your next inhale, slow roll back up to standing. Take your time to find your way to Tadasana once more, to your mountain pose. This time as you land in mountain, keep that right leg rooted down where it is. Step the left foot back about a leg's distance away. Both toes point forward. And you might keep them a little bit wider, like we're on railroad tracks. Or if you'd like to play with balance, narrow up your stance a little. That's just a little variation. You can choose what feels better for you. Getting tall through the crown, sucking navel into spine. We hinge at the hips once more, holding on to that chair. Begin to find your forward fold in your pyramid shape. You might stay up high here, again with a little micro bend in both knees. Hips are squared to the front of your space. If it's available, you might lower in to your blocks, or perhaps all the way to the mat. Notice as you landed here, did your breath change? And if it did, there's no judgment, there's no story that goes with that. There's just awareness. Make it intentional. Create that even inhale and exhale. Maybe in and out through the nose if that's comfortable and available. Or you might prefer in through the nose and out through the mouth. You decide. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, slow, rise back up. Find your Tadasana shape. Step it back together. Shoulders drop down. Keep that left leg planted this time. Step the right leg back. Again, making a choice. Do you want to stay on railroad tracks, so to speak, a little wider? Or would you prefer to narrow it up and play with your balance in pyramid pose? Keep those hips squared forward. Suck the navel into spine. Begin to hinge forward, right over the leg. holding on to the chair, using your supports, and allowing the breath to flow in and out and release tension in the hamstrings. Notice the difference on this second side as you take one more inhale. As you exhale, slow rise back up to standing. Maintaining that core strength to help you transition from pose to pose before stepping back together into your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Get rooted through the feet, tall through the crown, shoulders melt down. Keep that navel sucked to spine, that core engagement, and step back with the left foot once more. Finding your pyramid pose on this side, hinge at the hips, fold back in. Notice how this feels compared to the first time you took the shape. This time, as you let that breath flow in and out, you can hold right here. Or if you'd like to open up into a twist, keep that left hand planted down on the inside of the right foot. And take a slow inhale of right hand up towards the sky. As you exhale, lower back in. Inhale and rise. Of course, be on your chair as you take this flow as well. Hold on to that chair. Last time, slow rise and hold in that twist. If the twist doesn't serve you for any reason, let it go. Choose to take what does. Make this practice your own. One more inhale. As you exhale, slow release back to neutral. Inhale, begin to rise up with that core strength. Step it back together. Maybe shift it side to side to notice the difference between the two sides. And then find your way to mountain pose. This time, left leg stays anchored, right leg steps back. Find your rooted foot placement, suck the navel in, and hinge. Notice how this feels compared to the first time you took this shape on this side. Perhaps you hold right here, or if it's available and calls you, take an inhale, rise that left hand high. Exhale, slow release back down before inhaling and twisting high. Exhale, release. This time as you inhale, rise up and hold. Breathe into this side of the twist. Noticing where your stretch is happening. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, slow release. Inhale, use that core strength to rise up. Before finding your way back to mountain pose. Little wiggle side to side. And then finding your way to mountain behind your chair. Using that chair for support to start. Though you might choose to let go if and when that's available. Get anchored through your right foot. Hinging at the hips, keeping that core strength. Bring the hands right to your chair and start to rise the left heel back behind you. keeping the hips even as you do. So that's why I practice with mirrors, because you'll notice I kind of landed there. Sometimes it doesn't feel like what you're looking for. So feel free to use mirrors, use your phone, use a video to watch your practice. Find your warrior three. You're creating a nice long line from the crown of the head to the base of that left foot. Driving through the heel. The hands can hold right onto your chair. Navel to spine, hips aiming at the mat. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, slow release. Take it over to the other side. Find your mountain pose. Get rooted in that left leg. As you inhale, slow rise of the right foot. Notice which side is easier, which is a little more challenging. Which one you have more body awareness in, perhaps. One more inhale. As you exhale, slow release. As you come back to neutral, take as much of a wiggle as you'd like. And we'll meet back in our seat in a seated Tadasana pose. Wherever you choose to sit, or let's rephrase that. When you're ready to sit, find those feet rooted through the mat. The knees stacked over ankles, tall through the crown. Come up really high on the toes. And then drop the heels back down. Take that 2 more times. Inhale, rise it up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze through the calves. And then exhale, drop the heels down. Take it 1 more time. Inhale, rise and squeeze. Exhale, release. Pick one ankle to start with. Circle it. Notice which direction you started in, because we all have a favorite. And then reverse that direction. You can use the arms to hold the leg up if you'd like it elevated. Or you can keep the heel right on the mat and circle. If you're holding it, what you don't want to create is rounding and hunching. Keep yourself sitting up tall. And then slow release of that side. Take it to the other. Notice the direction you started in on this side. Is it the same as the first side? Have you ever noticed before that you have a favorite direction to twist in? Because we all do. We have our go-to. Slow release of those feet and ankles back down to the mat. Drop the hands right on top of your thighs towards the knees. Tuck the chin around the spine. Create a C shape through the spine. As you inhale, slide the hands back towards your hips. Press the heart forward. Let the head and hips send back. Big inhale. Exhale, push down and round. Inhale, lead with your heart. Cow pose. Exhale, tuck and round for count. Inhale and rise. Begin to create a flow here with your own breath. Sending inhales into that open heart space and into the intention that you set for yourself at the beginning of practice. Breathing life into this practice, life into whatever you have chosen to manifest and cultivate here in the practice. Notice if there's anywhere that you need to slow down and hold. If there's another wiggle you'd like to take, another movement that the body is calling for. Listen in. Take what you need. Next time you pass through neutral, find that tall seat. Dropping shoulders away from the ears. Send to the right, the left hand, just kidding, the left hand to the inside of the left knee. Get nice and tall, hips and knees stay squared. As you inhale, right hand extends back, twist. This time, if it's available and it calls you, maybe that right hand reaches for the bind by reaching for your pocket. Take one more inhale into the side. As you exhale, slow release back to neutral. Send that right hand to the inside of the right knee. As you inhale, left hand reaches back, twist into the mid and upper spine. If it's available and it calls you, reach that left hand for the pocket. Create a bind in this twist and notice. How is this supporting you? How is it supporting your practice in the moment? Take one more inhale. As you exhale, slow release back to neutral. Circle those shoulders down and back. Allowing them to release away from the ears. Take a moment to allow the eyes to close, or to take that soft gaze once more. And notice if there's anywhere else in your body that's craving a movement or stretch before we transition to Shavasana. There's another pose, another stretch, another movement that your body is calling for, then take a pause, listen in to what you need. And allow your body to move or twist into whatever way that feels best for you here over the next minute or so. So that when we do settle into our Shavasana, our final relaxation pose and reflection, when we get there, you'll feel really satisfied and content that you're in that moment and in that place because you've created openness and release in your physical practice. There's no right or wrong way to be in your practice. There's no right or wrong way to be in your body. Allow yourself to take any last stretches, any last movements before you find your way to a comfortable seat. Comfortable for you. Comfortable is a subjective word, and that's intentional. You find a place that serves your body where you can relax. You can bring the focus back to the breath. And allow the breath to flow in and out. Noticing what is true and real here in this moment. What has shifted or evolved since the beginning of your practice? Notice. Notice what is true and real here for you in this moment. This breath. Om Tat Sat. What is true? What is real? To deepen your breath. Breathing in through the nose and letting go of the exhale through an open mouth release. Let go of all of the breath on your exhale. Take 2 more, just like that. Breathing into the lungs really fully. Exhaling and releasing out completely. Our reading this practice is from Young Pueblo's Inward. And he doesn't title his work, but this is one of his longer ones. And I hope it speaks to you. Healing begins with acceptance and culminates in letting go. When a great misery occurs, it remains with us for as long as we hold on to it. Attachments form because of the energy we use to keep what happened, or the image of what we want to happen locked away in our mind and body. This is the cause of tension in our being. When we hold on to these attachments, they travel with us as a burden, from our past to our present and into our future. They can even be passed on to our descendants long after we are gone. The miracle of healing ourselves is so powerful because in the movement of accepting and letting go, we relinquish the energy of burden not only in our present but in our past and future as well. Imagine the timeline of your life. Now imagine the burdens that you carry as an extra line layered on top. As we choose to let go of our miseries, this extra layer becomes thinner and thinner. It will not change what happened, but the extra energy we carried around because of these occurrences will no longer weigh down the timeline of our life. What happened has happened. But now these moments are no longer attachments of pain and sorrow. Now they are experiences that we learn from. They are lessons that bring us into a present of greater freedom, greater happiness, and greater wisdom. On your next inhale, slow rise of the hands up overhead with your breath. Allow the palms to meet at the peak before exhaling down to heart center. Take that 2 more times. Big inhale, rising the hands up overhead. Palms meet, and exhale to heart, making a connection with the heart space. Making an offering from our heart to our practice. Creating that connection, that union within us. Bringing thumbs to the third eye. We make a choice to cultivate kind thoughts. Thumbs to your lips, making a choice to speak kind words. Thumbs resting back at your heart, making a choice to be kind and to engage in kind action. Namaste. Thank you, friend. Thank you for practicing with me. I am so grateful that you do. Thank you as well to the YMCA for allowing me the opportunity to continue practicing with you, to bring you chair yoga on Wednesdays at 10. I will be back with the YMCA tomorrow at 11 to 11:45 for a HIIT class if you'd like to check it out. I do offer a lot of variations and modifications throughout that as well, including low impact. So feel free to check it out, see what you can do, and have some fun. I'll be back on Monday with the YMCA for a Kripalu yoga flow at 11. And then Wednesday, we practice here together for chair yoga. If we're not friends yet on Facebook, click my name in the description. It'll take you to my Facebook page, and you can click add friend or follow, whichever you prefer. What that'll do is give you access to my current schedule. You'll notice that the cover photo on the top of my Facebook page is always my current schedule, and that includes any updates, any times that I'm subbing, I'm filling in, if I have special events going on, different classes, etc. So, check it out, let's be friends, and continue to practice together soon. Till next time, be safe, be kind, continue choosing to be well. Have a wonderful day wherever you go from here.